if I look off to the right side, left, I don't know. If I look off to the side, that's because I have like a little script so I can get my thoughts for this video in order. I might go off on a little ramble here and there, but this video is mostly scripted. Also, I am just not in the mood to style my hair right now, so she is staying wrapped during this entire video. And I am in the middle of getting ready for my dead-end job, which is the topic of my first video. Hello, I'm Jasmine. I'm 21 and I'm a cashier in 2026. So obviously, I really don't have much to look forward to in my life. If I could describe being a customer service worker in one sentence, it would be this. I don't exactly hate my actual job or what I do at my job. I just hate not knowing who is going to get set off by what today. I've been working since my late teens, and I'd like to think that it has improved my patience in certain instances. Like, I no longer really get frustrated if I make a mess with things. That happens all the time at my job. But oh my God, I cannot lie. I think working full-time in customer service has also really shortened my fuse when it comes to people, customers. I do not understand the transition that some people go through as soon as they step into a place of work, like a restaurant, a store, places with associates, cashiers. Because why are you arguing with me over the fact that I charged you for an extra side? Did you read the menu? And why do you want to mutter obscenities under your breath when I'm simply trying to do my job? And I'm not 100% sweet and innocent. I have let my attitude slip at work. I've caught attitude with a few people, especially when I first started out, because I did not know how infuriating dealing with the public can be. And I never feel good about being rude to customers at all, because I know being rude, it is just going to cause unwanted issues. But like I've said, I have let my attitude slip at work a few times, but I've been working on it, and I've actually taken this approach where if somebody is rude to me, I'm just gonna go into customer service robot mode, and I'm just gonna be like, cash or card? Do you need a bag? Have a nice day. I'm not getting personal with them. I actually remember 2 customers came in a few weeks ago, and at my place where I work, we don't have to bag the customer's food. It's actually more efficient if they bag their own food, so that way I can focus on the next customer while they're getting their things together. Just more efficient, So I guess the girls didn't know that, but usually people catch on when you ask if they need a bag. But they come in and they pay. I'm checking out the first girl, and I ask her, do you need a bag? And she's like, yes, please. And I hand her the bag, and I'm checking out her friend while she's putting her stuff in the bag. And then the first girl looks at me, and in the most passive-aggressive, condescending voice, she goes, you know you could have put my food in the bag for me, right? Literally like that. And I looked at her for a brief moment, and the things that entered my mind would have caused unwanted issues. So the best thing for both of us in that situation was for me to keep my mouth shut and just keep ringing up her friend. That's what I did. I just looked over to her friend, and I'm like, all right, your total is going to be however much. And the first girl repeats herself again. Trust me, honey, I heard you. But for both our sake, being quiet is the best thing in this situation. And I just tell her friend to have a good day. And then they both leave. And I'm actually still really proud of myself for not giving her that kind of reaction, because she seems like a person who will go to places, look for issues, or cause problems. And the thing is, if she was more polite or would have simply questioned, oh, do you not bag food here? I've never been to a place where they don't do that. I would have happily explained to her that it's more efficient to have customers bag their own food. But with her tone and the way she looked, I did not like the way she looked at me. She was giving me like a pity stare in a way, like I didn't know how to do my own job. Whatever. They left. I didn't give in. I'm still proud of myself because I've always been on the more reactive side of emotions. So, as I mentioned earlier, customer service has helped my patients emotionally, I guess. I don't know. I'm just detached from everything because I work so much. Honestly, I just don't really see the point in having a job at this day and age. I can't afford an apartment. I'm still living in my childhood bedroom. An apartment is a fantasy in 2026. That shouldn't be normal. I work 40 hours a week. I make pretty decent money. I should be able to be out on my own without roommates. But no, can't have that. I work for money. Money is nice. Guilt isn't nice though, because I always feel guilty about spending money on my own personal pleasure because I think, oh, I need to really start saving up for an apartment or something. My biggest goal is to move out by 24, y'all, but I digress. I just feel so guilty spending my own money, and then my mom makes me feel guilty for spending money a lot of the time. And is money really worth it? Is having a job really worth feeling so underappreciated and overexhausted? Also, I work one of the worst shifts, 11 to 7, 5 days a week. And don't get me wrong, 10 to 8 is not great either, but 11 to 7, I hate it. I can't enjoy my mornings properly. The stores are all still closed. Most of the stores in my city don't open until 9:30 or 10, but around that time I have to get ready for work. And I'm not gonna have time to pop in at a store before I have to go clock in. And then I often get out around 7:30 or sometimes 8, depending. And most of the stores in my city are closing down or already closed, so I can't go to the mall if I wanted to, even though it's literally right down the road. I never really have time to do the things I like because I work so much. I'm a genuine NPC. I realize that. I don't have a life. I don't have that much of a life outside my job. I wake up, I dread going to work, I get ready for work, I go to work, I work, I come home, I'm too drained to do anything with my evening, I go to sleep, and then rinse and repeat. I'm tired of it. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing it every day. I don't like serving people who think that they're better than me simply because I'm on the other side of the register. And then you have, I think once in a while, every cashier has been asked by somebody, oh, what do you want to do with your life? And the thing is, I do know what I want to do with my life, and I did try doing something with my life. I wasted a whole year in a cosmetology program that completely eviscerated my mental health, but that is another video I honestly would love to make if I get more into content creation, because I really am trying to find myself again, and I like making videos, but due to work, I never have time for my hobbies. I like to draw. I'm not very good at it. I like to write, but I'm just too drained to do anything because 8 hours a day I am wasting serving other people. And it's just, it's demeaning even when you aren't being actively demeaned. Overall, I'd say it's maybe a good 10 to 15% of customers that give me issues. Most of the customers I interact with are very nice, like positive leaning, neutral interactions. It would be nice if a few of them would say hi or thank you when I tell them to have a good one, because I'm literally the type of person to mutter or not when they leave and they don't say thank you or have a good one back, because I am a little petty. But I've just also never been so bitter and angry like this before. I mean, yeah, in high school I was bitter, I was miserable, but that I thought that was just due to teenage angst. And nowadays I'm realizing that my job is completely hollowing me out. Cosmetology school started the hollowing, but then working full time as just like, you want to crack open my skin, like bash a hammer into my forehead. There is nothing but gray rotted sludge inside because I don't do anything, because I'm too busy thinking about work, and trying to achieve the adult milestones I should already have. I should be on my own. I should have a nice apartment in a nice area. But no, we can't have nice things, can we? That's why I really want to start getting into YouTube and other hobbies. I want to find other 20-somethings who work dead-end jobs like me, who tried going down a certain career path and crashed and burned miserably, who have goals and aspirations, but just due to circumstances, lack of finances, resources, you just can't work on achieving them. And I'd like to achieve my dreams and goals. I do have ambition, but my job just is just, I think my job is the biggest obstacle I have in my life. I don't like myself in work mode. I am ugly. I am ugly as hell in work mode. I feel pretty here. I feel pretty right now, even though my hair is up, I don't have my makeup on, but I feel so pretty like this than I ever have wearing my all black uniform and my hair in a fucking founding father's ponytail. I don't know if this video came out more rambly than I wanted it to, but like I said, I really want to get into making videos, even if it's just me talking to the camera. I love watching YouTubers like that. I've been getting into it more. And yeah, my customer service job, I believe, has made me more of a worse person than I've ever been. And I really like to make money some other way, and maybe YouTube could help. I don't know. I'm not begging for like subscribers or likes or clout. I like expressing my opinions on things and reading other people's opinions on things. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Tell me, do you guys work dead-end customer service jobs? Tell me any experiences you've had, like crazy, bad, just because I would not mind making a video on some customer experiences I've had that have genuinely made me question as to whether or not I'm a good person. But then again, I don't think a bad person would cry throughout the entire night because she had a terrible shift that caused her to take her anger out on an old man who did not deserve it, and she sobs because she'll never be able to properly apologize to him. That is still the most haunting interaction I have ever had in my life. Anyways, I'm gonna peace out. Bye.